One of our goals, probably our biggest goal, is we just talk about trying to create the best well-rounded student athlete. That term student in front of the word athlete is very important to us. We're here because it's an opportunity to get a great education and partner that with the sport we love. And so my goals is to create the best possible student athlete we can. It's going to hopefully set them up to be very successful, not just while they're here at Missouri State in school, but more importantly, after they leave Missouri State, what can they take with them from their experiences here and apply to real life when they have a family, when they have a job, you know, when they may encounter some things that may not go their way. Hopefully they have learned how to handle some of those aspects while being here. And I hope that that's going to create successful individuals out in the jobs and out in the workforce.
I think the thing in my mind that makes Missouri State Swimming and Diving the most unique program in the region and area is the diversity that we have here. Every year we try to put a focus on getting some really good, talented international swimmers and also talented swimmers from across the U.S. So if you look around the pool, we've got all the flags represented from different countries of the world and all the states, a lot of states in the U.S., which is really exciting to see. It brings a really unique cultural feel to the team. Sometimes kids will be able to go home with other swimmers for holidays, and that's something that makes this program special, I think. Another thing that's kind of unique about this program is the team family dynamic, I think. Everyone is very close, and it starts with everyone living in the same dorm building their freshman year. They always eat all their meals together, and we travel together, and we're in the pool together. So it makes for a really exciting team feel and team atmosphere.
I think part of what's unique about Missouri State is we do have a men's and women's team, and they train together, where some schools the teams train separately. And you'd be surprised to see how the men push the women and how the women also push the men to perform better in practice and at meets, and everybody just wants to see everybody else succeed.
Probably if you're looking at one of the most important things that not just a swim coach, but any coach needs to have is probably rapport with the athletes. I think that's very important. It doesn't matter necessarily all the knowledge that you may have, although that's very important too, but I think it's how you communicate with the athletes and how you communicate the knowledge that you have and then help the athletes soak that in and then apply that. I think that's probably one of the most important aspects of any coach. To be successful, you've really got to be able to communicate with the athletes and then be able to respond to what you're saying and be able to apply it.
I think that you have to have a level of confidence in what you're doing to have the kids follow your lead, but you also need to be self-critical and flexible. If things aren't going well, you need to be able to admit that there needs to be a change made, and you need to be willing to make the change to help the outcome be the best that it can be.
One of the biggest defining moments was at my senior year at the Big 8 Championship. On the 1 meter board, after the first couple rounds of diving, I found myself in 4th place and was having the meet of my life, and then I failed my 5th dive and went from 4th to last place. And at that point I was either you give up or you push forward, and I decided I had nothing to lose but go after everything. And after everything, at the last 6 dives, I ended up in 11th place out of 12 divers. And the defining moment was when the other coaches from the other teams congratulated me on what a performance I did and how I was down and out, but yet I didn't give up the fight. And that's one of the things that Coach Huber was really pleased about, was here he had someone that didn't give up, tried real hard, and continued forward. So I think that was a big point of, that I try to establish in my divers is, you can be down, but don't get out, and keep fighting in.
When I look at Missouri State and trying to decide what makes Missouri State so special, there's so many things. I think that you first got to look at the town of Springfield. Springfield's a great spot in the Midwest. The people of Springfield are just wonderful people. And then you look at the campus, and there's just so many people, professors, faculty, staff, administrators, that just want to see our student athletes be successful. And so I think the opportunity and the environment are two things that are so important to our overall success. And again, trying to pinpoint one thing is very tough. But I think I watch our student athletes come in to this environment with so many great helping hands around them, and whether it's strength and conditioning staff, medical staff in the training department, academic help over in the Achievement Center. We've got so many different avenues for our student athletes to be successful. And I think that all those pieces to the puzzle add up to one really great opportunity and a great atmosphere. And I think that a lot of our success comes from just getting the right student athlete into this great environment. And from that, I think we really have been successful in moving our athletes forward once we can get them in this great atmosphere.